Hey guys, how's it going? Figured I'd just make a video on the TF2 update that just happened. Just like everyone else, I figured I'd jump on the bandwagon, as it were, and talk about the new update and all the stuff. Mainly Spy, well, really only Spy in this video. And I'm gonna talk about the two weapons that got changed the most. Well, maybe not the most for Spy, but that were on the two ends of the spectrum for me, as in how much I used it. So the Big Earner and the Dead Ringer. The Big Earner, until this update, I didn't even own one because I hated it, and it was like the worst weapon in the game. Many people agreed. Well, maybe not the worst weapon, but it was very bad. It was the worst weapon for Spy for sure. And then the Dead Ringer, I almost solely used it as my watch of choice, except for like competitive. So I'm just gonna talk about those for a little bit. I don't know how long, but I figured I'd just go. So I'm gonna start off with the Dead Ringer, and just kind of talk about that, talk about my feelings about that, and how I think whether they did well with changing it. And I'm just gonna start off and say they did well. Valve made a good choice in changing the Dead Ringer, and notice that I'm not saying they nerfed it or they buffed it, because it didn't overall. There were nerfs and buffs done to it, but they balanced out, so you can still use it effectively, and it didn't really get nerfed or buffed either way. It just changed the play style of the watch itself, which is very important to notice. A lot of people get mad and are like, "Oh man, you can't like tank damage anymore," and Spy was never supposed to be a tanky class, so it's just, you have to change how you play. You can't just be expecting to have in effect like 1,000 health when you're at 100. You know, it's stupid. So yeah, so the main changes that the DR got, I guess I should probably start with that, is that now when you Dead Ring, you get, it's only 50% damage reduction instead of 90%, and you get a small speed boost for like 3 seconds, I want to say, right when you Dead Ring, as well as afterburn invulnerability for those 3 seconds as well. And then you can't pick up ammo packs when you're using it, and it's after you lose half of the watch bar meter thing right away, and then it decreases slowly. So over it takes the same amount of time as it used to go down. It just, they changed how it happened, so people can't just keep spamming it. They have to wait for it to fill up more. So I am very supportive of how they changed it. I think that they did really well in how they thought about it and changed it to better suit the Spy's playstyle. It's still a weapon that can be used very effectively to get behind enemy lines, which is the speed boost where it comes into play. And it's because people are like, "Oh, well, you can't fake your death when you're 30% or whatever." Like, but who even believes a Dead Ringer, like a Spy, is dead when they kill them? I don't. I mean, I guess I'm a Spy main, so I'm used to people like always running the Dead Ringer or something, but like very few people actually believe that you're dead as a Spy when they either kill you or set off your Dead Ringer, because so many Spies ran the Dead Ringer, and that was a big problem. But how they changed it is that you can set off the Dead Ringer and just get a big speed boost and get behind enemy lines, and then kind of walk a little bit after that ends, and then decloak behind them and be safe. You still get a damage reduction on it, which is awesome. 50%, I feel like it might have been a little low, but I'll deal with it. And maybe 60% would have been better, or 65. But it's whatever. And I'll work with what I can get, I guess. And so I like it personally, and just being able to get that speed boost, and watching like Purister, or the other night I was watching Slurgy's stream, and they both use it very well with the speed boost, getting a really aggressive decloak and being able to get a trick stab or shoot somebody or get behind them or with really good movement do something. So that's pretty awesome, I think. Watch them if you don't know who they are. Piercer and Slurgy. They use it really well, and I'm definitely gonna kind of take a few of my moves from them after watching them use it, because it's still taking a little bit of time for me to get used to it, but I think I'll come around to it, because I used it very much for the tanking ability that it had, where I would get down to 10 health, and then, you know, unless they shot me with a direct rocket point blank, then I would be fine. And that wasn't even how Spy was supposed to be played. Like, it was just so stupid that you could do that anyway, because you could easily win a fight against the Spy, have the greatest advantage ever, and then they can just dead ring away before the update, and there wasn't really anything you could do about it unless you could like predict them with, you know where they were going and shoot rockets or whatever at them. So now, if a Spy takes a fight they shouldn't, or loses a fight that they took, they will actually get punished for it, which is a good idea. Instead of just, oh, I fucked up, I'm just gonna dead ring out. Like, that's stupid. So, I guess that's kind of the dead ringer. I'm sure I missed a bunch of stuff in it, but that was kind of the original thing. Oh, and the being able to avoid afterburn is really awesome, because with that speed boost you can, it's still like kind of, you can counter pyros even better with the new dead ringer than the old one, because they can't let you on fire right away. Like, they can, but you don't have afterburn, so like even if they let you on fire a little bit, you can get out of their range with the speed boost and then be fine, which is pretty awesome. So I guess that's the dead ringer. I'll switch over to the big earner now, which until this update I said I'd never used before, because it was just a horrible weapon. Losing 25, like a fifth of your health to get 30%, I think it was 30% cloak on kill is just dumb. So I'm glad they changed it. It makes it a much more viable option for Spy. So they changed it so you could have speed boost of a few seconds on kill as well. I think they still have the 30% bonus cloak on it. You still lose 25 health, of course, but it's not as bad now that you get a speed boost, because you can get the stab and be able to get away really quickly, especially if you pair it with the dead ringer, where you can get a speed boost from that and then dead ring. After you get a kill, you get a speed boost from the big earner, and then dead ring out and get another speed boost, so you're like a scout for 6 seconds or something, which is pretty awesome. I really like that, and I think it'll add a lot more variety to the Spy's play. I've definitely been using it more and really enjoying it, and I wanna see how it gets used in comp. I'm not playing comp that much right now, but I'm gonna watch Stabby and maybe Akuma if he streams it, or if they ever put VODs up online or something, and just watch them how they use it, because I think it could be very viable in competitive, paired with either the dead ringer or the stock invis. Even cloak and dagger maybe a little bit, but not as much as the other two. So I really like it, and it adds to being able to get chain stabs. It's a little disorienting when you get the first kill and then you get this massive speed boost, and I've definitely missed a number of stabs because I was going too fast and just like whiffed and passed him, the person I was trying to kill, but it's whatever. And it definitely adds to being able to get one kill and then just like leaping over someone else and getting a stab, or being able to get a really clutch stab against another person that you wouldn't have been able to get before because they would have turned around too soon or something. So I really like it so far. I enjoy the changes they've made to those two weapons. I might make another video about the others. I know I didn't really spend that much time on the big earner. I guess I could think of something to talk about maybe really quickly. And I guess like the cloak is really good when paired with a dead ringer, because you can dead ring, lose 50%, undead ring, get a quick stab, and like gain most of what you just dead rung away back, and then be able to fill up your cloak on the dead ringer really quickly again. So paired with that, you could get some really cool dead ring stab combinations going in. Paired with, you know, a health pack in between so you don't die because you only block 50% when you dead ring now. But I think it's really useful and can definitely change how Spy is played right now. Instead of being a big tanky class like a heavy, it's gonna actually be something where you have to be sneaky or use good movement to get a stab or get a kill or get behind the person and trick them out. So I think it will really add to the skill ceiling of Spy and be able to make it even harder to hit that plateau of being so good you can't get better, which obviously, like, nobody will ever get there, but it's going to be even harder to get there, a more unachievable goal, as it were. But I really like both of them, how they got changed, and I'm really excited to see what happens in the future and how Spy gets it kind of changed maybe again from here on out, or it stays the same. I would definitely be open to maybe the beginner getting changed a little more. I think it's still, while it is much more viable than it used to be, it's still a little underpowered, I'd say. And the Dead Ringer, I would like to be a little more tanky, I guess, but that's just because I'm still in the mindset of being able to just whatever they throw at you, you don't die. But yeah, so maybe if you could survive like a full charged headshot, that'd be pretty cool. With like over 100 health, so that'd be 4 times your health or something. I don't know. Somebody can do the math and tell me what percentage that would have to be, but I really like it so far, and I think Valve did really well in balancing it. I know they got a lot of shit for things they've done in the past, but I think they didn't really fuck anything up this badly, this update. I really like it, and I'll probably make another video about like the kunai and the Invis Watch, how they got buffed, because those are an awesome pair together. But this video is already 12 minutes long, so I'm gonna cut it short here. Thanks for watching, guys. I very much appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.